Hey, how you doing right there? This is Mentor Generations, your home of rich resources, mentorship, motivation to help you maximize your potential through high school, college, or university if you like, and your adult life. So basically, this is a generational channel, just walking you through and helping you wade through this life that sometimes poses so many challenges and makes you wonder why you even exist, right? So yeah, without wasting time, I'm teacher Angie, and let's dive right in. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 tricks, 10 tips of succeeding in college. We know college has a lot of advantages, and I want you to be able to avoid trouble spots and take advantage of the full benefits that come with being in college. 10 tips. One of them, very important, housing options. Before you go to any college, it's obvious where you're going to stay. Shelter, roof over your head. Remember, you're leaving home. You're leaving your parents behind. For those of you who have to, travel miles and miles and miles. And housing. Well, most campuses have housing options that either house you as an in-resident student or out-of-campus stay. Now, from my experience, in-campus stay has always had so many advantages, no matter which college in which part of the world you study. Why am I saying this? It's because it comes with some discounts, it's subsidized, it's, subsidized to be more affordable for students. But remember, if it's out there, no offense to business people providing housing to students, you're doing a great job, we appreciate you, but we are saying it as it is. Housing outside the campus definitely is going to be a little bit higher, though it comes with its own advantages too. But I would advise, if you can find in-campus housing, that is the way to go, unless you cannot find it at all. The second rule, or the second tip, is know the rules. Know the rules of where you're living, or after you found housing, know how things go around. So I would advise maybe if you can, you need to go and survey the area. And if you're staying in campus, just find out from, do your research and find out how are things done over there. Do they provide food in campus, or will you have to do they allow you to prepare meals in campus? And I think it's really important to know that what are the I don't know whether to call it curfew hours or something, because, like, for example, most campuses have curfew hours, like times when you cannot access the in-campus rooms or residence after some hours, like say maybe past midnight or something like that. Know the rules. If you're staying out of campus, make sure you know how secure the area is. What times does it have high crime rates, or it's important that you know your way around the place. What options of transportation are there. Are there social places, restaurants and bars, if you like. These generally are very helpful. They help to take you through, say, for example, the rules within the housing in the campus. Those are meant to protect the students. It's ideally for your own good. And sometimes when you get out of these rules, you risk eviction from a residential hall or academic suspension or what. So I would advise, stay out of trouble, go by the policies and procedures, and to retain your room and stuff like that. The third point or the third tip is, and before I talk about the third tip, most of what I'm sharing is from personal experience. So this is really something that helped me succeed on campus. I had an experience of both, and yeah, I'll share that probably in other videos coming up. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, comment, ask questions on the comment section. This helps to help me grow as a person, even in terms of what I'm doing. Okay, so tip number 3, roommate or housemate. Before you think about this, first it starts with you. Be a good roommate. If, for example, you're staying on a residential hall within the college or outside, and you're sharing your residence with a fellow student, at least it's good to be a good roommate. Things are a lot likely to run smoothly in a shared space if there is one respect and be helpful to each other. Keep things neat, you know. There are some roommates who when they do stuff like they use, say maybe you're sharing what do people share? Sharing maybe the cooking stuff, if you're cooking on campus, that is. You find someone has prepared rice, stew, had their feast, maybe at that time you were in the library studying so hard, you want a first class, right? First class honors. Then you're back, tired, hungry, you find the plates not done, and it will get on your nerves, yes, and that's where drama and problem starts. Or the one where they say, oh, on privacy issues, somebody is going to exile someone because, hey, somebody has a girlfriend or a boyfriend for the night. Oh, those things do happen. It's very important to agree on things, on the modalities of how you're going to stay. If it is possible, it's some may be lucky. Some of you may be lucky to stay with peers or friends that you were with in primary school or in the lower levels of learning, or say high school. So transitioning together and finding each other in the same campus or university happens. It will just like go along with it, because these are people that you'll get along with if you do. For my case, I remember I was staying with a roommate who I had known for a while. I mean, we were in the same high school, and that in a way helped me a lot and helped us a lot in terms of appreciating that kind of thing and just being able to do things smoothly. And yeah, it worked, and it can work. I'm just giving you advice to help you through. Number 4, approach issues with a level head. I would call it your patience pack. No matter how hard things are between you, your roommate, your friends, your peers in college, it is possible that somebody may be making it hard. I don't know, but whatever the case, during difficult times, try and maintain and keep a level head. Keep a level head, because this, and I'm not saying you don't say things as they are. Of course, if somebody gets on your nerves, I mean, those issues need to be aired out. Communicate, but do it with a level head to avoid fight, to avoid drama, to avoid things that blow out of proportions. Remember, nobody's an island. But I'm not saying you force yourself with people who are out level toxic, or roommates who are toxic, if I may say. I really don't want to put the situation to be in that context. But yeah, it happens sometimes, and sometimes talk calmly with each other about some of these things that are bothering you. Sometimes it's good to seek compromise on tough issues if things get too difficult. It would be imperative that you find alternative arrangements, seek another housing option, because peace of mind is important. You need it to be able to learn. And tip number 5, Participate in campus activities. This is one way. Get involved. There are so many activities that the campus have. Participate in them, because that way you get to meet other people, you get to understand yourself better, just being engaged with other people, and you will really get to get along with other people, meet different types of people you never met before. In some cases, learn from each other, and that's one way. Socialize, my friends, socialize, but with, remember, good bad company damages or destroys good morals. Now, tip number 6. You don't want to miss tip number 7, 8, 9, and 10. So watch this video to the end, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, because more good stuff are coming up. You don't want to miss them. Well, number 6, have time for off-campus activities if you stay in campus, that is. These would be activities like visiting places. Maybe you're in a different town from where you were raised or born. Find a park, find a museum, find a restaurant, find a bar, if for those of you who are into that, but do it with restraint. Because I know some students, this is the time that they get to discover themselves and discover their limits and try things out here and there. Remember, restraint. Let that ring in your head. Restraint. I know students, even in my year, when I was in campus, who just lost it, went into oblivion. Somebody, you can imagine a student getting into addiction just like that, and not being able to concentrate, selling up everything to keep up with the drug abuse and stuff like that. Meanwhile, back home, telling the parents how they're doing fine, asking for money here and there. Oh, I'm not saying asking for money is bad, but some students really, they even feign sickness, make up stories. They just want money sent to them. Sometimes your parents are just giving their all, like, not that they shouldn't, but be fair. You'll be a parent someday, and I don't think some of the things some students do to their parents is fair. No. Sometimes it's really everyone is looking up to you to be able to. So all resources are being channeled towards you to be able to lift the family up in terms of later on when you're done with your course and you get a job or get something going and earn some income and do great stuff. But it is what it is. Sometimes it's painful things that happen. There was I came across a video where a student, later on a medical student, was confessing and being very apologetic. This, I don't even know if I should tell you this because this video is going to be very long, but let me just make it real so you understand. You get what I'm saying? And this is a true story. A medical student, very bright, top tier student, ended up into drugs, and they deferred their studies for 3-4 years. So by the time the parents were finding out the truth, it broke their hearts. You cannot imagine the pain their parents went through. So this student was into rehabilitation almost at the time, and studying medicine takes more time than usual. So not really usual, but it's more than 4 years. So by the parents got to know about this by the 5th year, and it was heartbreaking because somehow he had a way of covering up. I may not understand the situation he was in, and I'm not being judgmental here, but I'm just trying to tell you to, restraint is what I'm talking about here. And so number 7, stay connected, stay rooted, stay connected to family, stay connected to friends. You are at college to learn. You have a good time to develop the person you want to be. That doesn't mean you leave everyone out, or that doesn't mean you disregard what your parents taught you or raised you, or principles that they imparted in you. Remain respectful, keep tapping into that support system that you initially had before moving into campus life. This can be of big help, especially if any difficulties do come up, and they will come up. Tough times will come up. Sometimes there would be times of lack. You even lack what to eat. You lack money to pay your rent. You lack stuff. You lack money to buy resources for your learning. And family and friends can provide good advice, good perspective on hard issues, or just have that support system when you're having a hard time. Now, the time has come to give the last. I saved the best for last. Saving the best for last. Number 8. This is connected to housing. Carry only essentials. Carry only essentials. This reminds me of, you may be wondering why I'm laughing, but it reminded me of a certain college friend of mine who every time apparently he was a friend from Kisumu, and the college was Nairobi University, so in Kenya, that is. So it's many miles away, many miles apart, and okay, my friend would carry omena, the small fish, right? Lots of them, and no clothes, no nothing, just that. It's funny because this would push him through the semester for quite a lot. And the person would say that they only fear God, bees, and the small fish they carry in a whole, the big size suitcases. And when they're frying, when the whole thing is being prepared, the entire whole way. For some of you who've interacted with omena, it's not a secret when somebody's cooking this thing. So they would lock up their clothes in the closets, and you would know that they are preparing it. They would take off him and his friend, they would take off their shirts, because the smell, would go into the clothing and stuff. So they were just trying. It was all funny, and everybody else would comment on this and be like, oh, okay. So, okay, carry the essentials. Back to the point, carry only essentials. Your living space will not be as big as your room you left back at home. Your living space may not be as big as what you're used to at home. So you cannot bring everything. Bring essentials, your favorites, things that make you connect to yourself, be it favorite clothes, be it food if you like. Just only what you really need. And this is the point that connects very well with the first point, the second point on roommates. If say you've known some people are lucky enough even at registration to be able to know who their roommates are going to be. Maybe there's something that a roommate has or that you have that neither of you needs to bring. When there's that working relationship that is there between roommates, then it goes to be of great gain when you're in terms of deciding what to carry and what, because you cannot carry everything. Don't you see that point is interesting? And on to point number 9. I'm almost done here. Point number 9, watch to the end. As you know your new surrounding, as you go to places around the college, travel to the city if you're away from the city, be somebody who's all over the place in a good way. This is how you will get to find part-time jobs. I would advise you find part-time jobs, because this is training you, giving you extra skills. At least by the time you're done with your college, you will have something to pen on your CV that you have these skills. Remember, sometimes gaining skills come from volunteering, but you can do something part-time, paid or not. I would pray it be paid, because that way it will help with your expenses and stuff. And it's also a way that braces you up for knowing how life goes in terms of expenses, budgeting, and surviving through months and months on end, because that's what the adult life is actually all about, mostly about, if you please. So yeah, side hustles also, this is where you look around, research, identify small businesses that you can do, meet a need in campus. If there's something that's lacking, do it. Come up together, form groups, form associations. Let me just give that big word, though it would just be groups that come together and do some small entrepreneurship stuff, just sell things, the legal services. I'm just giving random examples in my head. Do typing stuff, printing stuff, whatever works. Just find something. This world is about, you want to make it, right? Is that not why you're in college? So yeah, start from there. But while at it, obey the policies, procedures, rules that are set out for you out there. Do it legally. Don't do illegal stuff. That's a no. Stay safe. Don't over-engage. And on to the 10th point, academics. What brought you there? Remember all of the best practices you carried. And there's a video I did on how to move from a D to an A. Those tips, check that video out if you haven't yet, on mentor generations. Those tips help. Remember the tips that helped you get to college in the first place. Don't abandon them. You still need them. You will still need those practices. There may be changes here and there in few parts of what you do, but you still need those kind of principles built in you through adult life. You're going to need it in your work place too. So this there may be few changes here and there, though. Take your school schedule seriously unless there are changes, like a strike, for example. Take your assignment seriously. Remain committed and only defer due to unavoidable circumstances. Time waits for no man. You don't want to use time aimlessly, to just waste time like that. There are certain opportunities that you may miss out on because of either delaying in graduating, or because of one reason or another. I mean, try as much as you can. And in case there is a strike, this thing, as I finish, there is this course called critical and creative thinking. It's one. Check out the video on 21st century skills. It's one of the skills that's so critical in the world right now. You need that. It's a course, I think it's a common unit in in fact, all universities globally. Creative and critical thinking. This course, make sure you do it in your first year as a fresher, when you're just getting into college and knowing what college life is all about, and enjoying that freedom you have, or feel you have, away from your parents. Enjoy that wisely. Don't overdo it. To the ladies, don't start getting pregnant in college. No. That's going it's going to take away from you what I would say your joy in college. Let me just put it simple, my friends. Let me just put it simple. I don't like complicating things. To the guys, do not go spreading babies around. This is not the time. You're going to have all these baby mama dramas later on. It's going to come back to you. So, what am I saying? These 10 tips of surviving in college are very crucial. They are important. Take them in. This is Mentor Generations with Teacher Angie. I hope you enjoyed the video. Adios. Till next time. Bye-bye.